Hello, everybody. I wanted to do some streaming tonight, but I actually will go ahead and stream tomorrow. This will be the deck that I bring into stream tomorrow. It is Quad Slyveon, at least my take of it. And I opted to go for the Tapu Lele approach, and I think the main reasoning for that was to try to make the deck a little bit more consistent, and then also try to incorporate. I also incorporated Ultra Balls into my list, which I know a lot of people don't like that, and I kind of don't either, but I wanted to see if it makes the deck more consistent because I feel like this deck has a hard time getting around hex trades, especially early game when all you have is that energy evolution to search for your Sylveon. So I wanted to see if that will make the deck stronger or not. We'll see how it plays out in testing tomorrow. But basically, I'm just going to go through this list, kind of explain my choices. I opted for the 4-3 Sylveon because I felt like with the 4-4 you didn't really need it because there's only 6 prizes per game. Uh, and you can always search for it with Energy Evolution and with Ultra Ball. So you have a lot of ways of searching for the card. The only way I can see this hurting you is if you prize one or two of them, which we'll see how that plays out. If it does affect it, we may go to 4-4 on this. I have the 2 Lele approach right now. Again, this is experimental. It could be really good, but it could be really bad as well. Honestly, we'll see. 4-2 hammer right now. You could opt for the 4-3 if your field is very special energy reliant, but I opted for the 4-2 because that's kind of standard. 2 rope. Basically, this could be any switch card. 2 switch, 2 escape rope, 2 floatstone. Basically, you just want to find a way, just like if you have one set up and you're swinging with it, you have a way to retreat out of it if they Lysandre the other one with nothing. Um, Instead of just searching, you can also just attach it and search out your switch cards options so you don't have to drop other DCs. It gives you options overall. 4 max potion is standard in this deck because you always want to be swinging with the first attack to get more cards in your hand, more disruption, and you can always just search for max potions and then you can just max potion away any damage that they do. Puzzle of time, so you can get stuff back, really strong, also pretty standard in this. I think that it's probably going to stay standard because it gets back all your disruption, which is really strong. Again, I opted for the Ultra Ball route, so the Ultra Balls are this. I don't think you'll see many lists play this card. You might. They may decide to go this route too, but I think that ultimately this was kind of the smartest route that I could see this deck being played at. 4 VS Seeker is standard. Parallel City in this deck is standard too, and it's really strong in this because you can parallel your opponent's field 0 to 3 and then play the GX 2 of their Pokemon up to go to 1. Which, if you destroy their setup at 1 card or 1 Pokemon left, that's broken. That's really, really strong. So ultimately, I think that will be kind of standard. Now, the only thing about this deck that I feel like is really, really hard in terms of deck building is the supporter count. You play the 4N, you play the 4 Flare Grunt, that's standard. But then after that, it just kind of gets weird. Like, I've seen like 4 Delinquent, I've seen 2 Hex, I've seen 3 Lysandre, I've seen 3 Skull Grunt. Like, I've seen so many different variants on the supporter count. What I opted to do on this is I just decided to play the 4-4 Flare Grunt and 2 Lysandre and then 1 of everything else because you can get it back with Seeker. And you can search it out with Tapu Lele and with the Sylveon attack. So I ultimately thought that that was kind of the way to go. I could be wrong in this field. This could be the wrong way to approach this. You can also get things back with Puzzle. Again, I could be wrong in this approach, but I think this is the best way that I saw it for this build. So in testing, we'll figure it out. And then I opted for the 8 Fairy 3 DCE. You could play a 7-4. I think the 8 is better because you always want to get that energy evolution off turn 1. So having the 8th energy could have it in your hand instead of the DCE. Because DCE on the Eevee is not going to do too much for you. Also, you don't want to open hand DCE. You want to save it for later. So you could even go to like an 8-2 on this. That could be strong as well. It just depends on how the deck plays and how it sets up. But this was kind of a quick little video for you guys just to explain the deck, what I think about it. This is kind of my version of the deck. I definitely think that there's no wrong answer when it comes to this list. I think there's a lot of different ways that people can play this, and I think a lot of different ways are good. I just saw this as kind of a good place to start my testing, and then based on that, I can adjust the deck as well. This is a deck I could see you changing the list dramatically after testing, because you can see that certain ideas don't work. You can see that certain things are affecting it. So it's one of those things that where I do see this having a lot of effect. Like, you could be tweaking this list a lot when you're testing this deck, is what I'm saying. And I think that ultimately it'll be interesting to see how what routes are more popular, what routes work better for people. But this is the route I'm going to take into testing tomorrow on stream. I'll be streaming a couple hours in the mid afternoon to nighttime, probably around, I want to say, anywhere from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I will post an update to confirm when that happens as the time gets closer. But I would expect it somewhere between like 3 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time, maybe even a little bit later, depending on what happens. But if you're at this point in the video, thank you so much for watching at this point. I really do appreciate it. This will be an interesting deck to see how it plays out. But yeah, thank you again for watching. If you guys want to see more content from me, you can check out my YouTube, probably where you're seeing this video. Check out Twitch, Chubby Chalupa TCG streaming. I'll be streaming tomorrow, and that's when I'll be streaming. You can check me out on Twitter at Crabber914 to kind of get some updates on when I'll be streaming, when I'll be posting videos. And then I made a Facebook page at Chubby Chalupa TCG. You guys can follow that as well, just to kind of get updates on when I'll be dropping content or when I'll be streaming. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of gives you some ideas about how to play this deck. Maybe it gives you an idea not to play it this way, and that's fine. Again, this is kind of an experimental list, but we will see how it plays out tomorrow when I stream it, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much.